I decided last week that I'm playing basic swamps at national qualifiers this year. There are a lot of reasons, but one of the most compelling is that given the current tenor of the metagame, having must-counter control threats seems to be very desirable. And in standard that means Mind Sludge or Cruel Ultimatum. This match features both. This is a 2-land hand that can't play any of its spells. Even in a 26-land deck, time to ship out to Gay Perry. 5 land and 1 lightning bolt. Keep. So second turn Sign in Blood, it's basically telegraphing vampires. Boom, ba-da, boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, boom. This is the part where we would have music otherwise, but nothing's really going on. Boom, ba-da, boom, ba-doom, ba-doom, boom. So the first real move of this game is a 4th turn Vampire Nocturnus. He's showing us a land, so the lightning bolt in my hand should be good. I'm waiting for my main phase to kill the Nocturnus on the off chance that I draw Gatekeeper of Malakir. Nope, just a Blightning, and ultimately a very efficient 4th turn. Come get some, vampires! I don't know if you noticed this, but he just discarded a Mind Sludge off my Blightning. We know that he's about to play his 5th land, so... Uh-oh! Remember that part about the must-counter threats? Well, we're about 1,000,000 miles behind here. Luckily, we pull the absolute best recovery card with no threat on the other side. Jace the Mind Sculptor. Here's the first brainstorm to get back in the game. I run out of land and put a Spreading Seas and a Gatekeeper of Malakir on top of my deck. This is actually kind of a screw-up based on the order and the fact that my land is a sack land. He's got a good man. I actually have to use the brainstorm to get the Gatekeeper of Malakir back, but that's okay. Barring a Vampire Hexmage, I was planning to brainstorm anyway. Hiya! How do you like that, vampires? I guess this is some land untapping. He has the 2-for-1 into a Bloodwitch, which is pretty banging. Are you really sure you like it better without the music? Because I'm not talking about anything worthwhile right now. But at this stage, we have Jace the Mind Sculptor plus Gatekeeper of Malakir. It's going to be really hard for him to beat. I can 2-for-1 him basically every top deck without spending a card. Sick little Blightning here takes his last 2 cards in hand, which are a Gatekeeper of Malakir, which is quite relevant, and the land, which is less so. So Jace unsummons our Gatekeeper of Malakir. We, of course, replay it with the kicker. It's very Curse Scroll-like, but awesomer. And blue and black. Here's an untap. He's going to untap and show us Vampire Nocturnus, which in turn is going to show us Disfigure, which is a realistic answer to our Gatekeeper of Malakir, except we just pulled the Countersquall. We enter the Come Get Some phase. Hiya! Vampire Nocturnus is awesome. We even need to use the Fate Seal ability on Jace the Mind Sculptor. Here's us Countersqualling Disfigure and Concede. In this version of the deck, I only have the 1 copy of Sorin Markov, but it's absolutely bonkers against vampires. I bring in all the 2-mana gold spells to deal with his Mind Sludges and Guys, which conveniently is all the Vampire's deck is. Mind Sludges and Guys. This draw's pretty good. We have lots of lands and lots of elimination, and as we just said, elimination is quite relevant against his creatures. And speaking of creatures, the first man is a Vampire Nighthawk. We deem the Nighthawk worthy of a lightning bolt. This is our time. Seize the day. Play a Vampire Nighthawk with lightning bolt mana up. He's going to return the favor here and actually gain 3 life. You kind of get nervous with the opponent tapping that many swamps, but it's just the best 5-drop. Malakir Bloodwitch. I mean, as good as it is, Malakir Bloodwitch is just a guy, and the guy that bites it to Gatekeeper of Malakir, versus Mind Sludge annihilating our entire board position for the same amount of mana. He's just going to come back and Gatekeeper our Gatekeeper. Hiya? Grixis doesn't have Martial Coup, so it's okay to overextend to the board like this. He has every vampire, no cards in hand, and every individual vampire is going to require a piece of removal. Luckily, we have them. We kill the Hex Mage first, obviously, to protect future Planeswalkers. And the Nighthawk just matters more than the 2/2 Gatekeeper of Malakir, which doesn't fly, which doesn't have lifelink or death touch. If we pull a land, we're going to have Sorin Markov, and we can deal with his Gatekeeper. Instead, we pull a Gatekeeper. Notice we don't have a 6 land. We also don't have a second blue. And he, however, has a Mind Sludge. No cards. Mind Sludge, no, I have no cards. He trades the 1 Sludge for Jace, Sorin, and 2 Cruel Ultimatums. Wow. All we can do is track back for 3. His Vampire Nocturnus is really good to us. It shows us a land, and it inspires him to play Gatekeeper of Malakir without Kicker. All good. So long and thanks for all the fish is what I say. Nocturnus is certainly worthy of a Terminate. We pull yet another Gatekeeper of Malakir, which is excellent. It's not exactly the land we wanted, but at least 2 for 1. Very, very effective. Okay, I guess this section is my own fault. It's basically just both decks untapping. I don't know. Sorry. Dun 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 dun. Don't you miss the music? Kapow! I can't even count that high. So we rip the Countersquall, which gives us a good reason to leave back 2 mana against his instant speed removal like Disfigure or Tendrils. Only getting in for 5 on this attack. Ooh, free damage! Nothing happens right this section. Maybe some permanents on tap. But wait, we're about to draw another Countersquall. There it is. Here we are for 5 again. Kapow! Counter backup. He rips a 2 for 1, but it's all for naught. We've got a Countersquall and a backup Countersquall. I'd like to dedicate this victory to me. If you like this content, you want to see more, you know where to hang out. FiveWithFlores.com.